Hello everyone, Amanda here, thanks for joining me. So today I just want to share a bit of a new thing that I'm doing. Something that I've been pondering for a while is how I can combine my passion for card making with my digital creating, and I've come up with a fabulous card making kit. Now the benefit of these is that you don't need any stamps, you don't need any special dies. It's very budget friendly. And the link to it is on my Ko-fi site. I'm going to also be putting on there up close photos of the cards I've created and any basic instructions that are needed. Now I have taken my card kit that I've created and I have come up with 10 different cards. I've kept them quite simple so that anybody can use them. The idea of these card kits are they're budget friendly, they're accessible to everybody. You don't need any special card making abilities to have a go. You don't need any special tools to have a go. Okay, so no special dies, there's no special anything. And in the future, if I come up with a more advanced fold, I'll do a specific tutorial on it. So here we go. I'll share the kit with you at the end. I'm going to show you the 10 cards that I've made. Now I've made 3 clean and simple cards, 3 stepped up with shape cards, 2 vintage simple layered cards and 2 basic kind of fancy fold cards. But as I say, I've kept them very simple. So here's the first clean and simple card. As you can see, you don't need any special dies there. No stamping needed. You don't need to stamp the butterflies or colour them in. All the work's done for you. The sentiments are already done. All you've got to do is cut them out. Now obviously I've got a trimmer and a scoreboard. If you're new to creating, you can just use scissors, a ruler and a pencil. Nothing special needed, and obviously some glue. Cardstock's available cheap everywhere. There you go, that's all you need. So that's the first one. And what we've got here, we've got a fancy embossed border, which I've just done that by scoring it. We've got some wrapped over twine, just made to look pretty. One of the cutout images and one of the sentiments, simple. The second one here, I have used a die. I've just had a look in my collection, I haven't bought anything special, and it's a nice oval shaped one. You could just cut a rectangle, and again I've just used some basic nice twine, and what I do with the butterflies is I just glue them on their bodies so that the wings do pop up. Okay, clean and simple. And then this is another clean and simple. I've just made it look a little bit pretty by using some pearlized card and some speckled embellishments I had laying about, like enamel dots. Cut a very basic shape there for a peephole for inside. You can draw around something and cut it out if you don't have dies or punches. Super simple. And then this one, we're starting to use some shapes, and all we've done is we've cut some background card using scraps to 1 1/4, strips of paper from the kit to 1 inch. I've cut a square, added a lovely butterfly and a beautiful sentiment. That is a lovely card, very effective, but the techniques are super easy. Anybody can do them. Now this is where we start to step it up a little bit. So I've used one of the background papers, because you get basically like scrapbooking papers, but the background papers layered underneath, then a white layer. We've cut a square out, put it on an angle, and added some more of the lovely butterflies. Again, it doesn't get any easier, and I've used the background papers to cut my square. I think that's lovely. And there's a mixture of sentiments to suit, you know, if you just want to send a card just because, or birthdays, or thank you. And then in the background here, I just got some blue paint from my stash, watered it down, used a fan brush and flicked it. Okay, so easy. And then this one, I have cut a circle. Again, you can draw around something if you want to, if you don't have circle dies. Now I have embossed this one with a leaf embossing folder. If you don't have embossing folders, as I showed you for the first card, you can just draw score lines with a blunt object on the back, and you can make a crisscross embossing to give yourself a raised design there. And then I've just added some gems from my very old gems collection. Okay, now we're starting to go on to the vintage feel ones, and this is inspired by vintage collage that journal makers use. And so I've just used some leftovers, layered them up, put my sentiments, you know, I've cut it into pieces, and then added some stenciling down the side. So easy. You could easily use that in your journals as a journaling card or a little insert, but it also makes a lovely card to send to somebody. And then here's another one, layered. We've got faux stitching here, which I've just done with a black pen. And you just take your time and go around carefully. And we've just layered up bits from the kit, from the background papers. And then this is a piece of scrap from my collection of, you know, hoarded scraps and leftovers. It would look equally as nice with some corrugated card, which you can recycle from your cardboard boxes. Okay, and on here we've got a digital print with the butterflies, and then I've cut them out again and layered them up, so you've got the lovely 3D effect. Fabulous! Now these are my two slightly more advanced but still very easy cards. So this one has a kind of like a pocket. So I've cut this, I have used dies, but you could cut it by hand, just cut a rectangle and then cut the middle out. I've used some packaging here to make a window, you can see it shining there, and then this section here pulls out. This is part of the kit, and I've just added a topper with a metal eyelet and added some seam binding, which I dyed with some ink. Added a offcut of some lace I've got in my hoard vault, and added a little sentiment, and the background there is one of the background papers, so all you need to do is cut it to size, layer it on, and you're done. And it looks like it's mixed media, like cracked paint. It's fabulous. Okay, and once I'd cut this out, I did run that through an embossing folder, but it's not essential. If you just ink it up, it will stand out beautifully. Okay, and then this is my final one. I haven't added a sentiment on here because I've added it here. So it's a very, very basic easel fold card, and it says lots of love. Now this particular sentiment isn't in the kit because I changed it. I did do some with black backgrounds, and then I thought, no, I've done them all with just a white background so that you can then ink them to suit yourself. Not everybody's going to like black backgrounds. This is just a scrap out of my scrap box, and that again is one of the printables layered up with extra butterflies. Very easy, and this is one of the backgrounds. To step it up slightly, I have gone round with 2 rows of stitching. Again, it's not essential, it depends on what you've got available to you. But those are my 10 cards. So I'm going to, on the Ko-fi link, if you decide to purchase this kit, there will be, all of these cards will be photographed and on a, you know, on a PDF or some sort of document, so that you can look at them closely and you can mimic them. Now anything you don't have, just adapt it and use what you do have. The other main focus of my kits is to use these kits along with what you've already got, so that you're not paying out and paying out and paying out for your card making supplies. Okay, so that is 10 cards you've easily come up with there for you to have a go at. So if you're still here, I'll quickly show you the kit. I've kept this one in muted tones, so it's, you know, not as hard on your ink. I do use an Epson Eco Tank, so I can print all day long relatively cheaply, and a lot of people are changing to more economical ways of printing. And so this is a really viable way of making cards without forking out for inks, without forking out for stamps, without forking out for expensive stamps, and also, you know, ending up with paper pads that you don't end up using. You can just print out what you need and save the file on your PC for a later date. Also, the files, because you're not buying the stamp sets or dies or inks, you don't need extra storage. These will just sit on your PC until ever you want to print them out. Okay, so you're cutting down on cost, you're cutting down on faffing, and you're cutting down on storage, and it's so easy. Mostly you're cutting down on the expense, okay, because the kit's a very good value for money. So it's just an 8-page. It's all you need, 8 pages, because as I say, you can print them out again, and I've been able to create those 10 cards. The only extras I've put towards is the cardstock, which you can get relatively cheaper in your local craft stores or on Amazon. You don't have to pay a fortune for card making supplies. So the first sheet here has some of the butterflies. So this is a vintage digital image. This is the original image, okay, and I have used my growing digital skills to remove the butterflies from this background and have them separate. These are all sized perfectly for card making, okay, so I've sized these purposely to layer nicely on your cards. Alright, so when you cut them out, they're already, you know, it's all ready to size. Okay, and the butterflies, when you cut these out, they layer on top of these perfectly. They're the same size. Okay, so quite a lot of thought's gone into it. So this one here is the original image, the original vintage image. It's been shrunk down slightly and it's had rounded edges. And this one has been layered over with a frame. Okay, and these are on music pages, so they're lovely. Okay, then I've done a sheet with more butterflies, because if you're going to be layering up, you know, you're going to need more than 3 butterflies, so you can cut them out. And then here we've got sentiments. I've kept them all in the same font so that it's kind of a cohesive collection. Next time I do one, the font will likely be different. And I've done them in it, they're not black, it's dark grey, so that it's not too in your face. And we've got a nice selection. Just a note, just for you, thinking of you, thank you so much, happy birthday, spread your wings and fly and enjoy the journey. So you do have your basic sentiments of happy birthday, thank you, thinking of you, just for you, but you've also got, you know, if you just want to send a card, just for the sake of sending a card, you don't have to be worried about being restricted by happy birthday or Merry Christmas. Okay, so that's that one. So then I have done 4 background sheets. Okay, so this is a distressed cracked paint over music paper. This one is a, oh no, I've done 1, 2, 3, I've done 5. This one is also music paper. It's been muted down as if it's had a whitewash over it. Okay, and then it's got like a vintagey background, kind of at the edges there. It's lovely, really pretty. And then this one is a plainer background. You can just see script peeking through there, and a lovely kind of background there. And then this one is the same cracked kind of distressed that I've got on the music, but this is on a vintage paper. So as I was creating the digital, the bottom layer is a vintage paper, and then this is like a cracked peeling paint wood effect. Okay, it's beautiful. And then there's the plain music on its own without any layers on. So those are the same as having 5 sheets of scrapbooking paper. What I've also done to make it easier is I've also shrunk them down into matting layers, so that you're not having to cut into a huge piece if you don't want to just mat one card. You can use these matting layers if you so desire. Okay, they're also great for layering one on top of the other, etc. So there you go. I hope that you think that the digital card making kit is a good idea. I hope you'll go on over to my Ko-fi and have a look. And even if you don't decide to purchase it, please follow me over there, because I do upload things regular on there, and I'm going to start and upload, I may well be uploading some private videos there, just for my Ko-fi supporters that don't come to YouTube. Okay, and some other bits and bobs as well, and use it kind of like a blog, but I'm not a blogger, so there might be more tutorials and things over there, we'll see. as we progress. And I'll just quickly show you again the 10 cards that you can make using this kit. Now just do nip over to my Ko-fi and have a look. I've got lots of other free digitals on there, and this will be set at an extremely budget friendly price. And you can go away and you can make these exact cards. You can copy my exact designs if you want, you know, copy them exactly, or you can come up with your own, or you can do a mixture of the two, which is what I normally do. You know, so there you go, that's that one. And then I think this one's my favourite, with the little window pocket. So there you go. Hope you like those ideas, and don't forget the links are in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.